Greetings, weary traveller of this modern age. From my quiet perch, I observe the currents of human experience. Lately, a particular shadow has lengthened, a weariness that clings to so many souls. It is the shadow of a world that spins ever faster, a world ablaze with an unceasing haste. People rush from one task to the next, their minds cluttered with endless demands. The quiet moments of reflection, once treasured, are now often filled with digital noise and the pressure to always be doing, always be achieving. This relentless pace, my friends, exacts a heavy toll on the human spirit. The air itself seems to crackle with an unseen urgency. I see it in the faces of the young, their eyes bright but often strained. I hear it in the hurried conversations, the clipped tones of people struggling to keep up. This isn't the vibrant energy of purposeful action I once knew. It is something different, something more frantic. It is the energy of a candle burning at both ends, consuming itself too quickly. We are, in many ways, eroding the very foundations of our well-being in this relentless pursuit of more, faster now. We must pause, look inward, and ask ourselves if the race we are running is leading us to a destination we truly desire, or if we are simply caught in the momentum of a world that has forgotten how to be still. So, what is this shadow I speak of? This weariness that settles deep within the bones. Many now call it burnout. It is more than just feeling tired after a long week. It is a profound state of emotional, physical and mental exhaustion. This exhaustion is caused by prolonged or excessive stress. Imagine a well once full of clear, life-giving water. Burnout is when that well runs dry, when there is nothing left to draw upon. The spirit feels parched, the mind clouded and the body heavy. It is a hollow echo where vitality once resonated, a feeling of being utterly depleted and unable to cope with the demands of life. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly like a rising tide. At first you might notice small signs. Perhaps you feel a bit more cynical about your work or daily tasks. Maybe you find it harder to concentrate or your usual enthusiasm wanes. Let me share a story of Ilara, a young woman I observed, not with my eyes, but through the ripples of distress that reached even my quiet hermitage. Ilara was a healer, a caregiver in a bustling city clinic. She poured her heart into her work, driven by a deep desire to help others. Day after day she faced suffering and need, often working long hours with little support. She believed that to be a good healer she had to give all of herself. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, her own well began to dry. The joy she once found in her work faded, replaced by a dull ache of exhaustion and a growing sense of detachment from her patients. She was, in essence, a face in the fire of her own compassion. Then there was Marcus, an innovator, a creator of wondrous digital tools. His mind was a whirlwind of ideas, constantly pushing the boundaries of what was possible. He worked tirelessly, fueled by caffeine and the thrill of the next breakthrough. His colleagues admired his dedication, his relentless drive. But Marcus forgot that even the most fertile field needs to lie fallow at times. The workplace for many has become a primary crucible for burnout. The demands of modern employment in this year of 2025 are often relentless. There is the pressure to be constantly productive, to meet ever-increasing targets, and to be available at all hours. The lines between professional and personal life have become so blurred that many feel they are never truly off-duty. This always-on culture, fueled by digital connectivity, means that work can invade our homes, our evenings, and our weekends. It creates a sense of being perpetually tethered to our responsibilities, leaving little room for genuine rest and rejuvenation. The expectation of constant availability is a heavy burden to bear. Furthermore, many work environments lack the necessary support systems to help employees thrive. Unclear expectations from management, a lack of control over one's workload, and insufficient recognition for hard work can all contribute to feelings of frustration and helplessness. Section 5, the digital deluge, technology's double-edged sword. Technology, a wondrous servant yet a demanding master. In this age, we carry the world in our pockets, connected to an endless stream of information and interaction. These digital tools, from smartphones to the ever-present internet, promise efficiency and connection. Yet they also contribute significantly to the modern affliction of burnout. The constant notifications, the expectation of instant responses, the curated perfection of social media, all these create a state of perpetual alertness and comparison. Our minds are rarely allowed to rest, to simply be, without the intrusion of the digital world. This constant barrage can be incredibly taxing on our mental and emotional resources. The allure of these devices is strong. They offer entertainment, information, and a semblance of social connection. However, this digital deluge often comes with a hidden cost. Section 6. Finding stillness in the storm, the Sanctuary of Mindfulness. In a world that constantly pulls our attention outward, the practice of mindfulness offers a pathway back to ourselves. It is the gentle art of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Imagine a turbulent sea. Mindfulness is like finding an anchor, allowing you to remain steady even as the waves crash around you. It is not about stopping your thoughts or emptying your mind, for the mind is naturally active. Rather, it is about observing your thoughts and feelings as they arise like clouds passing in the sky without getting swept away by them. This simple act of awareness can create a profound sense of inner peace and spaciousness. There are many ways to cultivate mindfulness. One common practice is mindful breathing. You simply bring your attention to the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. When your mind wanders, as it inevitably will, gently guide it back to your breath. Section 7. The compass within. Cultivating emotional resilience. Beyond finding stillness, we must also learn to navigate our inner landscapes with skill and compassion. This is the realm of emotional intelligence, the capacity to understand and manage our own emotions, and to perceive and influence the emotions of others. Think of emotional intelligence as an inner compass, guiding you through the often turbulent waters of human experience. It helps you to recognize when you are veering off course, when stress is building, or when your emotional reserves are running low. This awareness is the first step towards building emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity. A key component of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. This means tuning into your feelings, understanding what triggers them, and recognizing how they impact your thoughts and behavior. It's about honestly acknowledging your emotional state without judgment. Are you feeling overwhelmed, irritable, or disengaged? Naming these feelings can be incredibly powerful. It's like shining a light into a dark room. Suddenly things become clearer. To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom, the ancient philosophers taught. And this wisdom is profoundly relevant in managing the precursors to burnout. Section 8. Weaving the threads, the art of work-life harmony. Achieving a balanced life is not about finding a perfect equilibrium between work and personal life. It is like weaving a tapestry, integrating various threads into a harmonious whole. This requires conscious effort and choices that honor our professional ambitions, personal relationships, and well-being. The pursuit of this harmony is an art, cultivated according to our unique needs. Setting clear boundaries is crucial. Define when and where you work. Establish specific work hours and stick to them. Create a dedicated workspace if you work remotely. Disconnect from work-related communications during personal time. Boundaries protect our sacred spaces, allowing us to recharge. A field without fences will soon be overrun, and so too will a life without boundaries. Prioritization is another key thread in the art of work-life harmony. Section 9. Rekindling your inner light, a future of purpose and peace. As our journey through these reflections draws to a close, let us look towards the horizon with hope. Burnout, though a formidable shadow, need not be a permanent state. It is a signal, a call from deep within, urging us to reevaluate, to readjust, and to reclaim our innate vitality. The path to overcoming and preventing burnout is one of conscious living, of choosing to nurture our inner light even when the winds of the world threaten to extinguish it. Imagine a future where individuals feel empowered to live lives that are not only productive, but also deeply purposeful and imbued with a sense of peace. This is not a distant dream, but a tangible possibility. This future begins with a commitment to self-compassion. It involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a dear friend who is struggling. It means acknowledging our limits, forgiving our imperfections, and recognizing that our worth is not solely defined by our achievements. When we approach ourselves with gentleness, we create an inner environment where healing and growth can occur. The wisest gardener knows that a plant needs gentle tending, not harsh demands to flourish.